I think that for what we see now is that President Trump has a clear and consistent new external policy. And his policy is based upon basic and clear principles. The first one is a clear fight against terrorism. This we can see clearly in Syria. The United States bombed fighter aircrafts, Syrian fighter aircrafts, and they bombed and killed Syrian troops who intended to fight against Kurdish soldiers who are supported by the United Nations. He didn't hesitate. And the second point, before more than 50 representatives of Muslim countries, from Morocco in the west to Pakistan in the east, he hasn't hesitated to clearly demand them to drive out the terrorism and terrorists and the education to terror. And I think it's a new and clear message. And also, he has brought back Iran to his real place, the axis of evil. And this is very important. He also, in his external policy, implemented what the American people elected him for, and it is to bring back the United States to its really and true place of leader of the world, and more than that, to support the internal economy. And he brought back from Saudi Arabia a contract of around $500 billion. And it's a tremendous amount of money, even for the United States. But he didn't pay in any compromise concerning terrorism. And he knows well for sure that Gulf billionaires support terrorism in the world. But he knows also by well that the Gulf states are terrorized by Iran, and they're afraid, and they need the United States much more than the United States need the Gulf money. And I think that this new policy is a very good one, and we have to praise President Trump for this. Concerning Israel, President Trump clearly said, and even in front of Palestinians, his support for Israel as the state of the Jewish people. He mentioned the Bible and the link between Jews and this country and Jerusalem. So, and he tries. I think it's a true trial to bring peace between our Arab neighbors and us. But we have what Israel has to do concerning this point. I think that the Israeli government should test what are the true intentions of Abu Mazen. Does he really want, as he said, to bring peace between them and us? Or does he think that his policy is intended toward what the PLO called the salami policy? It means you fight Israel step by step, even diplomatic steps, until you destroy it. And we have a point that we must test first, and this is the education for hatred in the Palestinian Authority. The textbooks from the primary school teach hatred of the Jews and also of Christians, and supporting terrorism and calling Palestinian children to become shaheeds, to become martyrs for the Allah cause. And this is unacceptable. And we have to demand this reform of the education system in the Palestinian Authority now and totally. And if they refuse, we have a real indication that the intentions of Abu Mazen are not to reach peace. And if they refuse, we can go back to President Trump and tell him clearly, you say drive out terrorism, and he doesn't want to. So please, pressure on him until he implements this reform, and then we could speak about peace.